Okay, next in the Generals match is Khaled versus ReVeNGe. This kicks off both randoms, both set to go. Gonna go ahead and get this thing started. GLA Toxin versus China Infantry. Holy crap, what a matchup. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Depending on how these players micro, this could go a couple of ways here. Yeah, this could go a couple of ways. Now, listening outposts are going to be a great addition to the China rush. Toxin, or sorry, oh my gosh, Dragon tanks are going to be an excellent rush tactic as well. Because the better infantry for China, that's going to be really easily countered by the Toxin tunnel networks. Again, this, I really don't want to say what's going to win here. I kind of feel infantry general-ish, but this is all really going to pan down to how these guys micromanage. That's what's really going to make it work. Already seeing some explosive gents. Okay, good expansion from ReVeNGe. That's exactly what I've expected. Command center's been sold. Moving on right to arms dealer. Or, yeah, ReVeNGe. Khaled. Still keeping his command center. Moving on to War Factory Supply. Let's take a look at the money. Khaled is pretty tapped out. ReVeNGe still has some money to burn. GLA is better for quicker advancement in territory, getting a lot set up on the quick fast. So that's giving ReVeNGe a nice opportunity to expand and get stuff going on. Without having to worry about a power infrastructure, GLA actually saves a crap ton of money trying to get that going on. I'm not seeing any military presence out of either player yet. So, having ReVeNGe just move an infantry unit back there behind that tree gives them a lot of good sight and everything. It looks like he stopped... Oh, actually it looks like Khaled ran over the worker. That's what that looks like to me. That's pretty funny. Alright, couple of Toxin networks here. Lots of demolition joiks. Toxin terrorists, to be more precise. Nice tunnel network there. If he gets that up before Khaled has anything to say about it, this could be a really interesting little faux pas right here. Looks like Khaled's not noticing it. Nope, he did not notice. And if that gets built, and it's built, and too late, and he got to keep his worker. Wow, good economic denial out of ReVeNGe. Well played there. Okay. Landmines, good move. That's going to stop a lot of infantry movement. However, we did see those terrorists in... Yeah, they're gone now, so they must be in the tunnel network. Yep, there we go. There's a technical full of terrorists. Let's see how this pans out. You can get a good amount of economic denial out of your opponent pretty quick with this stuff. The War Factory would be a good choice, considering that's pretty darn expensive. There you go. And you still got one left. There you go. There's another 1,000. So he just costed Khaled $3,000. 2 for the War Factory, 1 for the Dozer. That's a pretty impressive punch. And the technical comes home safe. Look at that. Okay. Not seeing any capture of the oil derricks. It's a lot of money just sitting there. A second War Factory out of ReVeNGe. I'm really hoping he's utilizing that first one appropriately. I'm seeing... What am I seeing right here? Oh, that's weird. Looks like scrap or something. Quad cannon coming in. Yep, and there's enough hardware right there to really deal some damage. Some pretty solid pushes out of ReVeNGe this early in the game. Getting that tunnel network to the other side definitely made the delivery of these troops significantly faster. If ReVeNGe isn't paying attention, oh, he isn't. Alright, the truck got one of them. Not too shabby. There's a valiant effort of that supply truck. And looks like he's moving back to quad so we can get more repairs. Oh, actually, that is a reason why. And the Dragon tank makes quick work of the infantry. Yeah, I wonder why there's little green crosshairs. Usually that's reserved for a hero, but I don't get what that is. It's... Oh, maybe that's scrap. Okay, I'm guessing that's scrap right there. Good overwhelming forces to take care of that. It looks like ReVeNGe is going to be taking care of these oil derricks. I really want to see a good counter out of Khaled, and I'm not too sure what would be the best for it. Dragon Tank is perhaps not enough. Listening outpost would be a good addition. The civilian structure is going to do some good work for Khaled right here. Okay, ReVeNGe has swept up a lot of these resources right here, putting him in a much better economic position. Okay, I don't think Khaled has figured out the tunnel network because he's still bunkering down that specific bridge. So that's a really, really interesting maneuver. Good that he's setting up defenses, he's at least paying attention, but the problem is, yeah, ReVeNGe is just going to stack it end to end here. ReVeNGe is almost done with his palace. Tech-wise, that puts him ahead of the game. I don't believe Khaled has had enough time for a prop center. Nope. Okay, cool. So this little troop crawler right here is going to do some pretty solid number against quads. And, of course, with the speaker tower on top of it, that's going to give a little bit of healing to his troops. Now, since neither of these players are the United States, it's going to be a little harder to keep track of where people are coming and going. So this is going to be pretty interesting all around. Getting a little muscle in there. Oh, he's got to be careful with that. If he loses that troop crawler... Oh, another tower got built. Yep, that's exactly what I was afraid of. If Khaled lost that troop crawler, poof, all the guys in there just die. Okay, so now Khaled knows there's a tower over there, or a tunnel network, but it might be far too late. There's a plenty of cavalry over here for ReVeNGe. Yeah, I don't know what that little arrow is there. I thought it was scrap, but there's no scrap here. It's just... Is it any? Nope. Alright. Khaled has been defeated. Good game indeed.
You have been defeated.
That, I think if ReVeNGe delayed a little bit longer, I think Khaled would have had a serious upper hand in there. But getting that worker across the bay is really what sealed the deal. Well played. Well played. Alright, round 2. And they'll switch sides. One will be, yep, China Infantry General, and Khaled will be the Toxin General. So let's see what this does for us. Ready up. There we go. Now, ReVeNGe has already switched sides with the number 2 position in the lower left, so Khaled doesn't have to change anything for positioning. Yep, Infantry General and Toxin General switch. I'd really like to see a lot of expansionism, expanding, whatever, out of Khaled this go around, considering he's GLA. That's what I'd like to see. Yeah, those stupid crosshairs are still here. I don't know what that is. If someone could figure that out, that'd be great. Is it a beacon? Can't place beacons. Makes sense, I guess. Anyway. I'm kind of expecting ReVeNGe to sell his power plant or his command center almost immediately. It really depends. As China, I really like to keep it up because I depend on my radar far, far, far too much. Good. I'm starting to see some troop movement here out of Khaled, getting a worker across the bay, hopefully. Hopefully he's going to pull the same dirty tricks that ReVeNGe did. And that would be a fun match right there. I'm under the impression ReVeNGe is keeping his command center. Of course, you don't have to sell it. It's just some people swear up and down by it. Personally, it depends on the situation for me, who I'm up against or whatever. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So we'll see. Okay. Khaled is really sealing up the fort. He wants to make sure that no errant units are getting past. That's enough to stop a quick rush. Toxin is really good against infantry and vehicles. It's really potent stuff. So you're not going to see a whole lot of infantry running across this little gully here. Or what would you call this? River, right? Why do I keep calling it other stuff? Tunnel network craps out 2 dudes for you to use. Oh, now there's another one over here. I wonder if someone has that selected or something. I don't know what that means. Either way. Yep, that listening outpost is not going to get very far. There you go. Well done. Good defensive line. Now he's got to make sure that he gets it spread out quite a bit here. This is going to be problematic. Yep, okay, cool. Another stinger site up here. Make sure it's nice and spread out. Yeah, a lot of civilian structures. If Khaled really wants to shut down this line right here, totally doable. Totally doable. Now the only thing that he's going to have to really pay attention to is China has helixes. That's aircraft, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be a little trickier for Khaled to deal with because the river doesn't frickin' matter to ReVeNGe. So we're going to have to see how this all pans out. Realistically, I would have liked to also seen Khaled grab up these resources. And because he hasn't, that means ReVeNGe is ahead of him economically. Okay, seeing a lot of infantry. He did go for the infantry veteranization promotion, which is good to see. Ah, Dragon Tanks. That's an excellent counter to what Khaled's got going on here. But is it enough? I think it's going to get ruined up pretty fast. Oh, and he evac'd. Oh, looks like that Dragon Tank's going to get some damage done. He's going to have to... Khaled's going to have to do a little bit of micro here to make sure he can take care of this tank. Okay, there you go. Now it's a little more even. Yeah, those minigunners are not going to do a ton of damage against structures. So there's kind of a waiting game being played right now. And those guys are going to get away. Not scot-free, but they are going to get away. That's going to be really interesting what he does with those, and if Khaled doesn't notice. And... tried to sneak by. Not going to happen today, ReVeNGe. Nice try. Okay, looks like we finally have some presence up here capturing that oil. Oh, nice. Okay, jumped into a structure. Doing a little bit of damage to the tank. Of course, infantry versus armor is not going to be the best in this situation, especially considering that infantry just has machine guns. Okay, he moved away the Scorpion tanks. Good work, Khaled. So that way the Scorpion rockets can recharge. So again, we've got a pretty solid assortment of defense over here. Artillery is going to be the answer to break it. To be absolutely honest, ReVeNGe... there we go. There's the helix I was talking about before. That's exactly what I was thinking was going to happen. A nice rush from Khaled, and he can get some serious work done on ReVeNGe as well. Also, he really needs that oil infrastructure. ReVeNGe has been making too much money on that second supply depot, and Khaled has to catch up. Now, I really want to see what happens with this helix. Oh yeah, also don't forget this little pile here. There we go. Cap and oil, good. I don't see ReVeNGe anywhere near his oil, so that should give Khaled a nice leg back up on the economy battle. Okay, toxin tractors to counter any infantry. Again, not seeing a whole lot of defensives here against aircraft. So ReVeNGe is going to get a really good stab in here. If Khaled's not paying attention, at least getting a couple of quads around. ReVeNGe is wasting no time, just going right for structures. Now, this certainly doesn't count Khaled out either. Being GLA, he's got that level of versatility. Yep, he's got a lot of workers around too. And hopefully some more over here. Yep, just got a second supply up just in time. This might completely shatter a China or a USA. And this is another thing that drives me nuts. Did you notice there was a chunk of time in there that... Oh, there you go, napalm bombs. Wow, how come those do so much better than MiG bombs? Wow, they take forever to launch, too. Yeah. I'd almost count that as adorable. Okay, bringing in some missile infantry to deal with that helix. Only real problem is that helix also has minigunners in it. So he's going to have to be really, really careful about how he wants to maneuver that thing. And that goes to both players, really. If ReVeNGe is good enough to move to the left and take out the rest of these oil derricks, that's actually going to shut down Khaled's economy pretty darn hard. He doesn't have a ton of money left. ReVeNGe is sitting on a good amount of coin right now. Air Force, okay. A lot of listening outposts. That's a pretty good call, considering infantry general. Man, that minigunner in there just mopped up those infantry. And now the MiGs are coming into play. Doing a good job cracking at that wall of defense. Oh, he was just force attacking the ground? Weird. And we're seeing a push at the main line as well. Listening outposts again. Pivotal unit for the infantry general. Can detect stealth. Have fair amount of armor, I'd say. I don't know the exact numbers, but certainly more armor than rocket buggies, but they have a good amount of firepower. Not as much as battle buses, but you can kind of use them as battle buses. That's kind of what the assault troop crawlers are supposed to be. I never liked them, to be honest. I don't think they have enough armor for it to matter, for it to be really a frontline unit. And ReVeNGe is going to come over here and mop up the oil. Unload the troops. Probably a smart move considering that helix has seen in better days. Okay, listening outpost just sticking around. Yep, that helix would have been absolutely shredded if he moved in because of that guarded civilian structure. And a carpet bomb will take care of that. Yep. Oh, or at least evacuate it. And Khaled has been defeated. Dang.
You have been defeated.
Pretty quick match from ReVeNGe and Khaled. I kind of wanted to see that kind of, faster action. But I think, yeah, if ReVeNGe was a little slower, I think Khaled had the right idea, and I think he would have gotten in some good damage. But either way, that takes care of it for this round.